Hello. Let's put it there. Okay. Hello, and hello. Okay, we're good. Hello, welcome to a Wednesday stream. It's Wednesday, and I'm streaming. Ergo, it's a Wednesday stream. Hello, Dripping, and everybody else. It is good to see you. Sorry I forgot to put my schedule up until today. I genuinely thought I put it up on Monday, and then I checked this morning, and it was like, no, you actually didn't do that, Mallory, so it's fine. Everything is fine. We're gonna play some Power Wash Simulator. Exciting, I know. They just released a new DLC, that's Alice in Wonderland themed, and I like this game, and I knew I was gonna play it anyway, so I thought, why not stream it? So here we are! I'm so good at this. Let me get switched to like the actual music I'm gonna play. Oh. Okay. Yay, background music. Because Power Wash Simulator doesn't have... If it does have background music, I've had it turned off for so long I forgot that it exists. Yes, so it's an Alice in Wonderland themed DLC, which we're not gonna free play, because we haven't finished any of them yet. I don't know how many stages there are. It's gotta be at least 5, right? I have no idea how long this is gonna take. But it's... Power Wash Simulator's a good time. It's just a good, relaxing, we don't have to worry about a lot, we don't have to stress type of stream. Not like the last several Wednesdays playing Pathologic, which has been insanely stressful. So, it's a nice change of pace. And as always, they've got little goofy, descriptions. Aha, the fix it with the portable spittle gun. That sounds disgusting. And not a moment too soon. Hurry, because it's the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. You know, if you don't know what Alice in Wonderland is, this is not the place to learn. An awful child, of that there can be no doubt, has besieged us. Not only did she eat and drink that which wasn't hers, but she then cried herself a river with which to make her escape. Did she do that? Like, I know about the eat me and the drink me thing, but did she cry a river? She has besmirched but the reputation of wonderful children the world over, and the walls of our once great hall. Hello, Boots, nice to see you. I'm already far too late to explain it much more, of course you are, but we would very much appreciate you getting to it. I can read. The sooner you can be done, the sooner we can all forget it ever happened in the first place. Okay. Alright. That's fine. Gonna take forever to load. Because it's the first time oh! What the fuck? Oh! Oh shit! I fell down the hole too! Oh my god! Oh my god! It looks like a Dr. Seuss hole, doesn't it? The bands of color. Is this not the most Dr. Seuss thing you've ever seen? So her story is the story of a girl who cried a whole river and flooded the whole world. What is this? Noah's Ark? Oh, hang on. Let me see what my volume settings are for this game. It might be, like, all the way off. And I would like to not have it completely off. Turn that away. And then... options. That's why I can never hear anything. Yeah, there's no music in this game. I didn't think so. Oh, that's loud. Hello. Welcome to our great hall. I hope that we can trust you to behave more reasonably than that child Alice. Hang on, why don't I have the skin on my, whatchamacallit? Even... Alright, E. What do? You click here. Okay. I have all of the skin things unlocked, but it keeps unequipping them. A more awful creature you couldn't hope to find without adding whiskers, sharp claws, and calling it a cat. We get it. Alright, that's tolerable. Way more tolerable. No, I can't even say it. I can. Feline. Oh yes, we get the trident in this section. This will get taken care of kind of quickly then. In certain expansions, you don't have the equivalent of, like, the Trident extension, like in the Warhammer DLC, which I have for some reason. You don't have the Trident version, so everything just takes longer. Because this thing makes everything go by so much quicker. It's kind of ridiculous. But that's fine. That means we won't spend too terribly long on stuff, and things will get done kind of quick. Alright, so we have a ceiling that looks like it's the inside of a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. Probably at least 3 Ripley's Believe It or Not museums, if I had to guess. The walls... I don't know, the walls just kind of look like a pastel version of a 70s wallpaper. I wasn't alive in the 70s, so what do I know? We got a... Oh, I thought that was like a gramophone or something. No, it was a wall lamp. This is going to be kind of a chill stream, so like, if you want to just like lurk or pop in and out or do whatever, totally chill. I have been saving up all my stream brain power. That is the word I meant to say. I almost said bane power. For next week. Because next week is debut week. So this week I'm not doing anything super duper intensive and new. I mean, this isn't new. This is a power wash simulator. This is a very, very straightforward game. I haven't read Alice in Wonderland. I've read the book. No, I've read the book, right? Maybe. I feel like I have. Well, thank you for the head pats. I feel like I've read the book. I can't confirm or deny that because I've read too many books to remember. But I've definitely seen both the Disney film and the really, really not good Tim Burton one. There's so many Alice in Wonderlands, though, nowadays. I read it, like, years ago. I remember it being really different than the movie. Of course it's different from the movies. I would expect that. Especially the Disney one. The Disney ones are all pretty different. Except, like, the Cinderella is pretty accurate to the original Cinderella, but I think all the other ones are pretty not. Anyway, Alice in Wonderland's one that has, like, a gazillion different, variations, though, because it's been in the public domain for kind of a while. Like Dracula and stuff. I saw a video of some campy musical where it had, like, the most, like, gay serving cunt Dracula I've ever seen in my life. I wish I could remember where I saw that video because I would love to know more. I'd love to watch it, whatever the fuck it is, but I can't remember. It was incredible, though. I didn't think the Tim Burton one was that bad. I did, but that's my personal opinion, and you're also entitled to your personal opinion. Like how some people think that Monty Python and the Holy Grail is annoying and overrated. They're entitled to their opinion. It is overrated, but it's good. I like it. Anyway. I don't know. Tim Burton movies are super hit or miss for me. Like, I really enjoyed Corpse Bride. Didn't enjoy Alice in Wonderland too much. Nightmare Before Christmas isn't really a Tim Burton movie, it's a Henry Selick film. And all the Henry Selick films I've seen have been good, so... Corpse Bride is good. Yeah. Trying to remember what other movies are Tim Burton movies. Besides the fucking Batman. He did a Batman, right? Is he the one that did the one with Michael Keaton? We're not... I've never seen that. We're not going to talk about that, but I think that's a Tim Burton movie. I always end up talking about friggin' movies on these streams. I blame the fact that this is an Alice in Wonderland level. So it's fine. Also, this clock is very, Is Picasso... Oh my god, my brain is failing me! Why? I'm usually so full of knowledge, but then I turn on my, like, stream lights, and I click start streaming, and all of my knowledge, all of my brain power just flies out the window. It's like, oh, what's that? You need your brain cells? No, goodbye. Edward Scissorhands was Tim Burton. Yes, I liked that movie. It's been a very long time since I've seen that, though. I haven't seen that in years and years and years. I am thinking of Salvador Dali. That's why I'm mad at myself that I was saying Picasso, because I knew it was wrong. But my brain was having a hard time remembering who Salvador Dali was. And I'm sure my art history professor would be very pissed off at me right now, so it's fine. Oh boy. This is a great start to the week, chat. Great start. We're doing awesome. Yeah, Edward Scissorhands, I've only seen it once, and I really liked it when I saw it. I was probably a teenager. I haven't seen it since, so I should probably watch it again. The fuck else is a Tim Burton movie? I've seen his, like, original first short film about Frankenweenie. I didn't see the revamped version, the full-length version, theater, whatever. Remember when he would razor blade his eye? Yes, I do. So do you know what this Alice did? We're getting more stage lore. Hang on. If I had read the book recently, I would have told you yes. I'll tell you. I'm waiting to hear it. There's the wall. First, she wafted around saying how ridiculous it was to have a room filled with different sized doors. Well, if you have sentient mice, it probably makes sense. Does she not realize how ridiculous it is to call something ridiculous before even taking the time to ask someone, is this, in fact, ridiculous? Oh, this is Wonderland Lewis Carroll talk. My brain doesn't make sense of it. Sweeney Todd is a Tim Burton movie. It's alright. Not my favorite, but I thought it was pretty decent. Yeah, the music is the best part about it. And the fact that Alan Rickman is in it. But, like, other than that, it's alright. Alan Rickman is in that movie, right? Or am I just hallucinating and fucking misremembering entirely? Because that could be true, too. And one of your old favorites, Beetlejuice. Look, we've had this discussion. It's not one of my favorites. It's that it was always on television every year. And so I would watch it because it was on, like, one of the 5 television channels I would watch. And it would play over and over and over and over, and that's why I'll never watch it again, because I've seen it too many damn times and I'm sick of it. Aren't they making a new Beetlejuice? I have no idea. But I have seen that movie too many damn times to want to see it again. Some movies I can watch over and over and over again, and I'll still love them. Like Spirited Away, or the first Pokemon movie. I've had my life's fill of Beetlejuice. But you didn't switch it off. I mean, by the time I had a laptop in my room, I did. But before that, no, I didn't. You're right. You're absolutely correct. I don't know. Michael Keaton's funny in that movie, and I like Winona Ryder. I honestly don't remember too much about it, but that's probably a good thing. In case I end up having to watch it again in a Halloween or 2 from now. But back on the topic of Alice in Wonderland, the Alice in Wonderland, what do we call it? Iteration? Whatever. That I am very much, like, it will happen on stream at some point, I just don't know when yet, is American McGee's Alice. I remember seeing stuff for when that game came out, and I remember wanting to play the absolute hell out of it, but I didn't even bother asking Mama Sheep because it was too... She would have deemed it too adult for me at the time it came out. Just trust me on that, Mama Sheep. Don't ask questions. And now it's one of those games that you have to run on like a virtual machine or like find a good... You have to finagle it. It's not a game that you can just like purchase on Steam, right? Because it came out in like 2000. It's been on my to play please God list for like 15 years. And I have the sequel, but I've never touched it because I'm not going to play it until I play the first one. And also, I totally respect American McGee for just being like, fuck game development, I'm leaving this entire industry. Which is what he did. And I do not blame him. Personally, I just don't. And now he makes plushies. And they're all they're cute rabbits. And I have one. They're called Plushie Dreadful. You can find them online. They're very cute. That will happen one day. Like, it's going... Like, I'm taking the steps and will continue to take the steps until we get there. But, I just don't know when yet. But that will happen. Absolutely. I've been trying to prioritize games on stream that I've just wanted to play for a long time. Which Yakuza wasn't initially. Oh. For instance, could there be a perfectly good reason why this place has so many differently sized doors? Yes, I came up with one during your last dialogue segment. Mouse I will never see. Perhaps the animals who use the doors are also of different sizes. God damn it, you took the words out of my mouth. Oh, this is a goofy game. The writing is silly. Perhaps every Sunday all those animals converge here for tea and conversation. What is it with everybody having tea on Sundays? And how would you expect a walrus to use a door designed for a dormouse? Utterly ridiculous. Okay. Alright, mouse. Sure. Whatever you say. I don't know if we've ever had, like, a super narrow hallway like this before in this game. Oh, hello. But yeah, games that I've been wanting to play, like, just personally, are what I am prioritizing for the next little while, I think. Yakuza didn't start that way. It was just like, a friend bought me the game as a gift, and then here we are 7 games later. That's just how it goes. But I have this humongous list of, like, games that I either own and have been sitting in my backlog for a while. There's a couple of them that I started but never finished, like the first No More Heroes. I have No More Heroes 1 and 2, and I never finished the first one. And then, like, games that I've owned forever but never actually played, like Hotline Miami. So I'm gonna start working those into the schedule soon. And then eventually I'd like to try my hand at some other, like, longer, bigger series. Like, for example, I've never played any of the Metal Gears. I know a couple people who have recommended Devil May Cry to me. Stuff like that. Oh, it's these doors. These doors are so Pajama Sam. They kill me. They're like the talking doors that give you the quiz in the House of Darkness. God. Oh, boy. Hello, modes! Hotline is great, definitely up there. Yeah, everybody loves it. Everybody says it's fantastic. All I know about it is I know the soundtrack. The soundtrack fucking slaps, bro. So that's what initially interested me in it, like years ago. And so it's been sitting there. It's been sitting there. It's that one's gonna come up sooner rather than later, I'm pretty sure. Hello, Moats! Devil May Cry is great and pretty easy to get your hands on, with the first 3 being in a bundle. Okay. You'll have to look into that. Yeah, I managed to get, Yakuza 1 through 6 in a bundle. And that's why that's why I think I'm gonna take a break after 6, because I don't even have 7 or 8. And, like, I'm trying not to buy a lot of games. I gave myself like $10 for, Steam Summer Sale. And I got like 3 things. Celeste was on sale for $2, so now I finally own a copy of Celeste. It only took me like however many years. It's been 9 years since that game was published. Now I finally have it. That'll be played at some point, probably, maybe. I also got Class of '09. I'm not streaming that. I just always wanted to play that game. I hear so many things about it. None of them are good. The soundtrack in 2 is stronger. Yeah, 2 is the one that has Roller Mobster by Carpenter Brute. Yeah. Yeah, I've listened to the soundtrack of the second game to death. But 1 has good tracks, too. And it's very aesthetically pleasing to me and my, vibe? I don't know. Whatever you call it. We're only 60% done? What the hell's left? Oh, I have to... Oh! Oh, hello! There's a whole ass room in here! This is a big room! Okay. I should expect the unexpected. This is an Alice in Wonderland themed thing, and that stuff's always goofy. Have you seen Katana Zero? I have not. I've never even heard of that. Furthermore, Alice proceeded to eat and drink our wares without the least consideration for their purpose. How old is Alice in the book? Like 7? Makes sense. Did she ponder, even for the merest moment, why we might need eat-me cakes to make us grow? Or drink me potions to make us shrink? You know, you had me on the different size doors. I don't know about this one, though. No, she did not. She simply took one look and guzzled the lot. Of course it rhymes. Of course it rhymes. Why wouldn't it rhyme? Yeah. Yeah, she was definitely under the age of 12 or something, but like that's part of the reason she just acts like an absolute moron the entire time, because she's a small child and small children are not the smartest. That's fine. They just don't have the brain development or life experience yet. I remember reading it or watching it or something and just feeling very frustrated at all the choices she made. And then as an adult looking back, I'm definitely like, no, I would have made some stupid decisions if I was in the exact same position. I probably would have done some stupid crap. It makes sense. Can I? Oh my god, it moves! Ah! That was terrifying. Back in the late 2000s, I also remember playing a ton of Alice in Wonderland themed Flash games, but they were all reimagined, dark and gritty Alice in Wonderland, and there was one that I really, really, really enjoyed, and I think there were 3 games in the series. And there was, but it was like, it was a much more adult take on it. I think the White Rabbit had a gun. But you didn't shoot anybody, he just had one in like cutscenes and stuff. God, I wish I could remember what that was called. I loved that one. Like, I remember being stuck on one of the games and Googling on forums to try and find how to get through it. And you know, it's a Flash game someone made, so you have to find the instructions on like a super niche forum website. Oh, very nostalgic. Yeah, I wish I could remember what that was called. I definitely don't, though. I feel like the late 2000s is when Alice in Wonderland, like, interest took off. And then when the Tim Burton movie came out is when it was on, like, the verge of dying down. Because, you know, they start ramping up the, like, pre-production of the movie when the hype's... Time is a thing. You know what I mean. I'm completely fucking up explaining this, so just take my word for it. Take my, very shattered, not make a lot of sensey words, and just roll with it. It was the end of an era. Yeah, I know. It doesn't help that I've been watching a lot of Cartoon Planet today, so... You know, the most intelligent of late 90s children's television. Cartoon Planet with Space Ghost, Zorak and Brack. Normally, you'd think I would do things in, like, the straight lines like you would with a real power washer, but no. I've played this game too long. I know that just wiggling it does a lot more damage. This is a funky-ass room. Again, this is a very Dr. Seuss-y. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Dr. Seuss. Maybe he was inspired by Alice in Wonderland or something. This just feels like a freaking, like a house that you'd see in Whoville or some shit. Perhaps when something important happens, we all converge here to decide upon a decision. Quit talking in your hypotheticals! Oh my goodness. Is there a Cat in the Hat power wash level? No, but that would be incredible. That would be really good. Imagine how difficult it would be for a mouse with a good idea to be heard above a walrus. But what if the small animals consume the eat me cake and the larger animals the drink me potion until everyone is the same size? Alright, okay, never mind. You've kind of gotten me back on board with it making sense. Would we reach a fair decision then? You'd definitely be able to hear each other a lot better. No, you've got me there. That's something I didn't think about. I guess my brain assumed that there was, like, some sort of microphone. Maybe, yes, but did Alice consider that before scoffing the lot? Scoffing the lot? What is that even? That's a term I've never heard of before. No, I don't think any of Dr. Seuss's stuff is public domain, but Alice in Wonderland is. So it's probably a lot easier for them to make this than have to, like, contact Dr. Seuss's estate and licensing and all that shit. Which, I mean, they definitely have the power to do so. I mean, they've made quite a few licensed crossover stages, but no Cat in that one. That would be fun. Dr. Seuss would be great for this game, honestly. You could... Honestly, they should do a How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Christmas one year. That would be incredible. I don't know what all you would do for a How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Could do, like, Susie Lou Who's house, or Cindy Lou Who's house, or... Oh my god. You can tell it's been 1,000 years since I've seen that movie or read that book. Yeah. They've done SpongeBob, which was really good. They've done Warhammer. They did Back to the Future. I didn't get that one because I've never even seen that movie. And It just didn't look interesting to me. They've done Tomb Raider, which... Honestly, the Tomb Raider ones are very, like, hit or miss. Like, one of them is... Oh, it's Lara Croft's obstacle course, and it's just a bunch of boxes. But, like, the trophy room, like, the last level, that one's pretty good. You get the power wash a T-Rex. And that one's free, too, which is pretty nice. I think it is. I don't think I bought that. I have too many hours in this game for what it is. I can't help it. It's like, if I'm really stressed out and I just need to do something that is the most mind-numbing thing possible, this is a good option for me. Especially if it's a level I've done a bunch. Yeah, now that... I don't know. Now that I'm an adult, I can play all the games that I couldn't play when I was younger. That's what... I remember when No More Heroes came out. I don't remember how old I was, and I'm not going to tell you. But, I was not 18, for sure. I was not 18 at the time. And I remember getting that issue of Nintendo Power that had the No More Heroes as the cover story. Reading it and being just enthralled with all of the descriptions. Like, I'll never forget that it wrote blood-stuffed piñatas as, like, how it feels when you fight the enemies. And that phrasing was so intriguing to however old I was me. But I never even bothered talking to Mama Sheep about it because I knew she would never, not a million years, let me play that game until I was old enough. And then, by the time I was old enough, it was a lot harder to find. And then they released it on Switch and I was very happy. I remember always seeing the box for No More Heroes in Blockbuster and thinking it was cool, but I never wanted it. Yeah, I only wanted it because I read that Nintendo Power article about it, and it made it sound so enticing. I could never really get this game because I've done power washing before and I know how ass it is. See, this appeals to people who don't power wash things, like me! You think I've welded one of these fuckers in real life? No, I grew up on a farm with a gravel road, and now I live in the middle of nowhere. In the woods. I've never needed one of these. So it really, it's like like a grass always greener type of situation. If I'm being honest. Like, you enjoy the monotony of it because it's not monotony you have to deal with in real life. Like the people who play the truck simulator games. I don't understand the appeal of those, but like I'm sure that they appeal to people. I also don't drive a truck, but that's beside the point. The other game that I remember really wanting as a kid and then just never even bothering to bring it up to Mama Sheep was... It came out for the Wii. I want to say it was called Mad World, which trips me up every time because then I think of the Gary Jules Tears for Fears cover that was in Donnie Darko. But I think it was called Mad World. It was... Yeah, okay. It was the game that was like black, white, and red, and those were the only colors. And you had to like... The whole point of the game was just to kill people in, like, ridiculous, grotesque ways for, like, a television audience or something. I think that's what it was. I remember wanting to play that really badly. It was by Platinum? Okay. I still want to play that game, I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks fun. I think Game Grumps may have played it or something. I don't fucking know. I try not to watch people play games that I want to play myself. Yep, it had a sequel, Anarchy Reigns. Okay. I bet the soundtracks are great. Oh, is it just the window? Okay. Where's the rest of the... There we go. God, look. Oh. Oh, the actual terrarium itself? Wait, really? Oh, the outer section. Okay. There we are. Oh, goodness. I hope you're having a good week, chat. This is my trying to fill the lull talk now. Normally I would be like, yeah, what have you been doing lately? Here's what I've been... Well, you tell me what you've been doing lately either way, but like, I would share what I've been doing lately, but I've been playing video games that are trash. Thinking about my childhood with games, I realized I missed out on a ton of good ones. I remember giving up playing Sly Cooper for Finding Nemo on the GameCube. I did shit like that too. I totally understand. I traded something in, I don't remember what, for like a Fairly Odd Parents video game that was terrible for the GameCube. I think I still have it somewhere. But I did crap like that all the time. I was always like very drawn to franchises I already knew as a kid. So I would pick something that's like from a franchise I knew beforehand versus like a game that in retrospect was probably the more obvious and better choice. Somehow I never got SpongeBob for Bikini Bottom until the remastered, remake, the rehydrated version came out though. Still don't know how that happened. My parents have been aware of SpongeBob since the beginning. I remember returning Twilight Princess because I couldn't understand how to beat the tutorial. I never got out of the first section of Twilight Princess. That game was confusing to children. It's fine. That game was very confusing to me when I first played it. Now I could probably do it without an issue. I just don't have a copy anymore. But yeah, no. When I was a kid, I was so confused trying to get that game to work and get the story going. It did not help that it was my very first Zelda, and I didn't know anything about the series. And all I knew about Zelda is when I was like whatever age I was in like 1999. One of like the down the street neighbors, they had a Nintendo 64 and their son had Ocarina of Time and I would watch him play it, but he wouldn't let me play it, so I would just watch. And that was my only exposure to Zelda until I got Twilight Princess. I just thought the box art was cool, that's why I got it. I think the reason I got it was because, so I was very fortunate to be one of the people that got a Wii kind of early on. And the only reason is because, I still remember this. Papa Sheep went to a Toys R Us back in the day, because this was back when Toys R Us still existed. And this was whatever year the Wii came out. And he was just going to see if they even had any, if I remember correctly. And Mama Sheep, don't tell me if I'm wrong. Just, it's fine. You don't know. You weren't there. I'm just being an asshole right now. It's fine. He went and they were doing the whole, like, lottery system where if they draw your number, you can purchase it, right? And as he was getting there, a man was leaving. The man who was leaving said, I've been here long enough. I can't wait here anymore. Take my number. They're out of numbers in there anyway. But hey, try your luck. And left. And the number that the guy gave Papa Sheep was the number that won. And that's the only reason I had a Wii like the year it came out. Where else are we? Let's see. Lamps? Oh, neither one of them are done yet. Okay. Come on, ladder. Let's get you out of the way. I do not remember. Of course you don't. Ah. That is how we got the Wii. Papa Sheep went to a Toys R Us. A man handed him his number from the lottery system. And the number he handed Papa Sheep was the one that won. I remember this. Because I remember freaking out that... Because I think y'all gave it to me for Christmas. And I freaked out. And I was like, how did you get this? And then Papa Sheep told me the story. And I was just like, oh my goodness. That's wild. Table's still not done. No, wait, not that table. This one. Like Mrs. Potts. Okay. I think we got a week because my mom's coworker got it somehow really early. Yeah, you had to either like win a lottery or like know somebody. There's something in here. Oh. Yeah. Anything else? Transitions, scripts. One? We're almost done with this one. Papa Sheep remembers. Okay, I would hope. He was there. Ooh, ceiling panels and a window curtain. Oh, hello. What the hell? What? Where's the dirt, though? Where is the dirt? I don't see any dirt. What? Oh. Oh, it's the whole... I see. I see what you're doing, video game. What? What is that? Oh, hello. It was on the floor. That's why I didn't see it. Missed one of them. Maybe it's... Aha. Okay, yay! We finished the first section. It only took us 45 minutes. That's fine. That little... It's alive! It's sentient! That scared the crap out of me. I thought it was just like a stuffed animal or something, and then it disappeared. I should have known. And the white rabbit is back. I see you're done, and just in the nick of time. 11s are fast approaching, and the walruses are already upon the door. If I don't double it to the Duchess's kitchen, the trifle will be cold, and who would want that? Now come, the blasted nuisance has struck again. Oh, it's his house. 11T7, Careroot Lane. That is a fantastic address. Bill the Lizard. Is there a Bill the Lizard in Alice in Wonderland? I don't know. Oh no, and he's got the, old-timey accent. Did you ever play the SpongeBob movie game? No! I've never played that either! I played Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think 6 or 7 months ago, and that was pretty good. But no, I know there's a movie game. I've never played it. There's a movie game, there's that really crappy... Most Wanted Employee or something like that. I watched Salty DK Dan play that not that long ago. There's like so many friggin' I had a SpongeBob game on the Game Boy Color. I don't remember what it was called. Alright, governor. You must be the hoof jamma flip with the thingamajig. And not a moment too soon, I would say. That there's Mr. Rabbit's place with several holes in it. What? Have no mind being there if you get me meaning. Unfortunately, he ain't around to tell you any more than that, as he's orf trying to apprehend a 20-foot girl what's disappeared into thin air. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, I say. Anyways, you better get to it. I mean, there's an ouse caked in coat. No, I mean coated in cake. And then there's you with your great wet water cannon thingamabob. Was it the Lights Camera Sponge game? That sounds really familiar, but I don't know. I couldn't confirm you. But that does sound familiar. I don't mind saying that White Rabbit's as mad as a hat full of angry carrots. Faster than a barefoot jackrabbit on a hot, greasy girdle in the middle of August. I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean, yes, if my house was covered in fucking dirt like this, I would be very upset. I don't know how it would be possible, but I would be upset. I'd be more concerned with how it happened in the first place. After an hard day, rushing here, there, and anywhere, he comes home, opens his door to see what? An enormous arm giving him the elbow, that's what. At least it wasn't the finger. At least Alice wasn't flipping him off. Or was it a knee? Oh no. Knee sounds decidedly less pleasant. There's so many SpongeBob games. Because SpongeBob's been around for so long. I have to wonder if any of the new episodes do the OG bits justice. I have to hope. I haven't watched a new episode of SpongeBob in at least a decade, but I have to hope. Yeah, but sadly only the movie, game, and battle are the good ones. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of bad... Well, there's a lot of bad IP tie-in games all across the board. The one time where it wasn't an issue and where a lot of the games were more on the decent side was when we had the Flash game boom in the mid-2000s. There were a lot of licensed Flash games too, but some of them were pretty decent. I'm looking at you, Sandwich Stacker from Disney.com with Lilo and Stitch. The Nicktoon Unite game was decent. I didn't play that. Isn't it like... That just makes me think of that Shonen Jump game where all the characters are in one universe. And, like, Yagami is there. It's so funny to me. Yeah! Sandwich Stacker, Lilo and Stitch from Disney.com. That is one of the best Flash games ever made. And there's a reason people still freaking talk about it and remember it. Because it was good! It was amazing! I wouldn't be surprised if someone has made, like, an inspired version of that game or something like that. I'm pretty sure I have definitely seen at least one tattoo of that game before. That one was incredible. There were also quite a few... I was on Nick.com a lot, because I also had Nickelodeon magazine for a while as a child. SpongeBob had some decent Flash games, too. I just don't remember any of them. My favorite Flash game was probably like the Courage the Cowardly Dog point and click. I've never played that, but now I have an immense need to. Oh my god. Courage the Cowardly Dog point and click sounds like the best thing you could make. That sounds so good. It's on Flashback? Oh, yes, I'm gonna have to look at that later. I'm absolutely going to have to look at that later. Oh my god. What a good-ass show. Show that was very difficult for me to watch as a child, and can sometimes still be difficult for me to watch as an adult, depending on the episode. Let's see. Let's move out of the way. This is a very small house. You again! Ah! The episode that always got me and scared me off for a while was the moon face one. I wish I could remember which one you're talking about, but I don't. I'm so sorry. The one that really, that is still rough for me to get through is the one with the shaving. That one's so bad. And when I was little, the flan guy scared the crap out of me, but now I just think that one's funny. And the one where he's in the sewer, is that the same one? Maybe it is. No. Is it the same one? I don't remember. Oh. Oh, yep, okay. Never mind, I remember. Everyone always talks about Return the Slab. Nah, man, there's so many more worse episodes. So anyways, White Rabbit does what any proud homeowner would do. He climbs up to the window, tut-tin away. But no sooner had he got up to the window than this huge ant comes out and swats him away like he was a gnat or some mink. Straight into his prize-winning cucumber frame. I hope you're enjoying my incredibly botched take on this accent. I remember my mama telling me, I told you that show would scare you! I don't know if I ever got that talk, but I probably should have. Ooh, yeah, no, Flan Guy scared me, the shaving episode scared me. Return the Slab never really freaked me out. It was just, for me, that one was more the animation than anything. Killer Chicken from Outer Space just makes me kind of sad nowadays, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel kind of emotional when I watch that one. Oh, man. The Snowman one also makes me feel kind of sad. That one was pretty sad. That show was sad more than anything, now that I think about it. Remember this? No, not the space squid episode, no! That's the one that has to be the first one that genuinely made me physically cry. Like I cried the first time I saw it. That one hit so hard. That one was so much. Oh my god, I forgot that one existed! That one was so sad! You know, my childhood mind would always pair Courage the Cowardly Dog with Johnny Bravo. Probably to cope with the sadness of Courage the Cowardly Dog. By putting Johnny Bravo next to it? Oh boy. Never was much a fan of Johnny Bravo, but I bet I watched it now. I liked it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like it now that I'm older. I have seen, like, the original, like, stuff that was created when the show was being pitched. When he was, like, an Elvis impersonator or, like, a clone of Elvis or something. That stuff's always neat. But Papa Sheep used to watch a lot of these cartoons. To watch a lot of those cartoons with me. Yeah, it was like full-on Elvis impersonator, if I remember right. Yeah. I couldn't remember if he was just, like, a clone, or, like, an impersonator, or, like, the specifics, but yeah, he was basically Elvis. But yeah, Papa Sheep watched a lot of this stuff. His favorites were Dexter's Laboratory and Powerpuff Girls. I remember that. Which Dexter's Lab is good. I've just watched it so much. It's like the same with the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob. I've just seen it so many times that it's just like, yeah, okay, we can watch that if you want. And I'll never forget, I went to one of my first anime conventions ever. Was a smaller local one. And this was before, like, when I was still a minor, still living at home. Parents were still getting used to the whole idea of conventions that are more anime focused, I guess, cuz like Papa Sheep is cool, and Papa Sheep went to sci-fi conventions in the 80s, and if I remember right, excuse me, had to hydrate. Papa Sheep has like met Leonard Nimoy, I think, and Nichelle Nichols and stuff. So that's cool. But I saw somebody cosplaying him from the Powerpuff Girls, and I remember being like, "Oh my gosh, I have to get a photo for Papa Sheep." And then I think I remember his reaction, and he just thought that was really cool that somebody would cosplay a villain from Powerpuff Girls. Not to mention the one with the most annoying hand accessories, because, like, they had giant cardboard claws. Yeah, this was, God, 2000 something. So he tries again and gets the same treatment. Well, he is a rabbit. I don't know what you expect. This stage is going much faster, I think. At this point, I volunteered his suggestion to climb in through the chimney. Flamin' Nora, I was given the boot such as makes you forget what day it is. Alright. You can have that, whatever that means. It is still yesterday, right? What? No, it's today. What? What do you mean is it yesterday? That makes no sense. Nothing in this universe makes any sense. Nothing makes sense. I think I'm not like the super biggest fan of Dexter's. I mean, what is today? But yesterday's tomorrow. I remember when Mr. Krabs said that. Dexter's Lab had the whole thing with the road removal episode. That was cool. Oh, that was fun. I wonder if Papa Sheep's ever seen that episode. I don't know. Okay, let's go back downstairs. But first, this wall. Also, how do you get... Do you hand paint your walls to make them look like this? Is there wallpaper that y'all just have that's wacky like this? Like, what do you do? I'm curious. I'd love to know. These walls are all super wacky. Yeah, but I understand why it was never aired. Very true. I'm trying to think of other cartoons from that era. Oh my god, I saw something on Twitter. Great source, I know. Somebody who owns a lot of original animation cells from the early seasons of SpongeBob was cutting them up into pieces, turning them into like trading cards where like each cell is cut into like 24 pieces. Each piece is adhered to a trading card. And I just cringed in just horror. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Like, why would you do something like that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I just don't get it. That'd be cool. Yeah, no, he did it with the originals. With the copies, yeah, no, that would make sense. But yeah, no, this was done with original cells. It makes my head hurt so much. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? Well, the answer is to get more money, but apart from that, oh, it makes my head hurt. I think my favorite cartoons as a kid were Edda and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, and other Cartoon Network shows. See, those were my two favorite childhood cartoons. And probably still are. Edda and Eddie and Billy and Mandy. They're both just top-notch. So if there's no way of taking back the ouse, there was only one thing for it. Okay. What is the thing, lizard man? Lizard? We had to make her leave by her own will. Hello, wizard of memes! Dracula don't suck. Dracula scrape, then lick. So I tells White Rabbit about the absolute bestest way to get someone to leave your ouse. How do you get someone to leave your ouse, lizard? What's that? He asks. So I tells him. Are you going to tell me, or are you going to leave that for when I hit 80%? Set it on fire! Oh boy, working with a real brainlet here. Kind of reminds me how when Heaven's Feel movie was coming out, they were giving out film reels in the frame of the... I have no idea what you're talking about, but that sounds very intriguing. I see cells go up for sale all the time on Mandarake's online website. I think they usually auction them, which makes sense. Yeah, Billy and Mandy is a holy grail show for me. That show is so fantastic. I think at San Diego Comic-Con, Maxwell Adams is going to be at, like, the Jellystone panel or something. And he was talking about how Billy and Mandy might show... Like, there's a thing where old Cartoon Network characters are going to show up in Jellystone. Which I've never even bothered watching that show, but maybe I should. Because, I mean, C.H. Greenblatt is the guy in charge, and... C.H. Greenblatt's a fucking genius. He worked on all the best SpongeBob episodes, he made Chowder... Dude knows what he's doing. Episode where they follow side character. Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. I've heard Jellystone is really good, and I've seen some, and it's good. Yeah, I've heard it's good too. Big Boogie Adventure is such a good... Oh, man. I haven't watched that in a long time. I should watch that again soon. Yeah, and then that show got me... I remember... That show got me really into Voltaire for a little while. I was a big fan of his in, like, 2005, 2006. I don't even think he makes music anymore. If you're like, who the hell is that, Mallory? That's the individual who sang the Brain song from the Brains episode of Billy and Mandy. I think his most popular song came out in like 1999 or something. Bit old. I became a fan of Voltaire like before I knew he voiced a Brains alien. See, that was my first exposure to him, was the alien brain. And then he did the... He did the Big Boogie Adventure movie song, right? I think he did, yeah. And then, when I was younger, I was very into DeviantArt original character tournaments. If you spent time on DeviantArt in the mid-2000s, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. Where did the music go? Hold on. Oh. We good? We good? Okay. There it is. Not anymore. Not anymore. Haven't in a very long time. But yes. 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 I will admit that I've used that website in the past. I have. It's all scrubbed on. None of it exists anymore. But, like, I did. I was very into original character tournaments. And one of those characters at an original character tournament used a lot of Voltaire music for like their like, oh, what would today be like? Oh, here's this character Spotify playlist, you know, the 2005 equivalent of that or whatever. And then that just made me get even more into Voltaire, and then I was a little wannabe goth kid for a couple of years. Anyway, commissioning a furry artist to draw humans. I remember how different the art style was between the pilot and first serialized episode of Billy and Mandy. Well, because before it was Billy and Mandy, it was Grim and Evil. It was the double feature. But yeah, that first episode of Billy and Mandy, Billy looks possessed by a demon or something in the whole episode. I can't remember the hamster's name. Oh well. Yeah, I loved Evil Con Carne. I was upset that it never got, like, the full series treatment like Billy and Mandy. But we had General Scar come back a bunch, so that was nice. Evil Con Carne! Just kissing the- yeah, the bear! The bear was a lot. But you weren't there for Bosco, you were there for Con Carne's brain. Can someone remind me, was Hoss Delgado in Evil Con Carne, or am I misremembering? Someone might know. Someone might not know, but someone might know. Because Hoss Delgado is also in Billy and Mandy. No, just Billy and Mandy? Okay. Okay. I was misremembering. The fish was the good guy. Yeah! Yeah! And the lady assistant was in love with Con Carne, but, I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? It's a brain in the body of a bear. Yes, it was an army fish. Man, I need to go back and watch that. It's been so long. While I was preparing the lightning rod and the torches, everybody suddenly started chucking whatever they could find through the windows. Alrighty. It was mayhem, it was. Was it now? That's when Dormouse started luzzing cakes. What the fuck does luzzing mean? What you doing? I asks. Hoss Delgado was a knockoff Snake Pillskin. I mean, yeah, but he's still Hoss Delgado. Easy, he says. As soon as she realizes that there's more cake outside the house than inside it, she'll come running. And he was right. She disappeared into thin air. I doubt those two things are correlating, but sure, you can take that if you want. There's nothing for me to stop you. Who'd win, Hoss Delgado or Solid Snake? I don't know, I've never played Metal Gear! Like I was saying earlier, I have a bunch of big series on my, like, I would love to play these someday lists, and that's one of them. I need to understand the memes. I need to understand. That's one that I see people talk about that shit on the internet all the time. And all I know is that Solid Snake and Otakon are like two old men in love or something like that. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. I know there's the Starbomb song, but I don't remember that. I don't remember the words to that song. Unless it was Danny's part. Because I like singing along to Danny's part. Remember Underfist and how that never got greenlit because Cartoon Network was doing IRL stuff at the time? one's bothering me. I'm sorry. I have to look that one up. Yes, I do! Yes, I do! Yes, I do! I do remember that! Oh my god, I forgot about that! Oh, live action Cartoon Network was the worst thing they ever did. Even if there was a show with Andrew WK, and I like Andrew WK. But... God. Remember... Yes, Irwin is the best character. Besides Grimm. Grimm is my favorite, but Irwin is so god dang funny. Codename Kids Next Door was also peak. You know the show is good when like half the audience wants to be in the organization of the show. Or actually probably more than half. That show slapped. The thing that always bothered me. That was the only decent show on Cartoon Network reel. That, and I kind of like that Out of Jimmy's Head. I don't know the Out of Jimmy's Head, but yeah, I knew the Andrew WK one. What was the fourth flavor? That was the thing that I wanted them to tell me up front. What the frick is the fourth flavor? It's said that the Galactic Kids Next Door never took off. Yeah, I know. Mr. Warburton should do more stuff. Maybe he is doing stuff and I just don't know about it. Yeah, I was mad that we were never explicitly told what the fourth flavor of ice cream was that number 5 was looking for. What was I about to say? I was about to say something. What was it? Oh no, it's gone! I hate when that happens! I remember learning about the... So, if you didn't know, there was an anime version of Powerpuff Girls called Powerpuff Girls Z at some point. The only reason I even knew of its existence was because, one time I was taken on a cruise ship with the family for some occasion or other, and, I was probably bored out of my gourd. So I think I was in like the cruise ship room watching the little cruise ship TV that they have in the cabins, that half the channels are in Spanish. And I was flicking through and we had the Latin American Cartoon Network. And Latin American Cartoon Network had the Powerpuff Girls anime. And that's what was playing at the time. And I just remember sitting there like flabbergasted. Like, what is this Powerpuff Girls remake? I think it's called Powerpuff Girls Z. And the show was still in English, so I could watch it and, like, understand what they were saying, but all the commercials were in Spanish, and... I don't speak Spanish now, so I definitely didn't then. And I was so floored. I was like, what is happening that this can exist? And I've never seen it! It was that and a lot of Ben 10. Which I don't care for Ben 10, I never have. Okay, we're almost done. Cool, we made much better progress on this stage. Also, it's smaller. That's a big help. What do we have? What do we have? Oh, I see. Hello. Are. Oh, I didn't like Ben 10. I don't know. Just didn't sit with me, I guess. I think I'm anything superhero franchise I'm not a big fan of. And I think Ben 10 probably hit me the same way that a lot of superhero stuff does. And that's probably why I didn't like it. Like, I never watched I would watch Teen Titans when I had nothing else to do, nothing else was on. Like, it was my last resort TV show. And I'll admit that the original Teen Titans Cartoon Network show was good, because it was. But I still didn't want to watch it. I remember also staying up to watch Toonami, and that's how I got into, like, Naruto and Teen Titan. I know, it's a hot take and a half. It's a good show, I just don't like that kind of, environment. I don't like superhero stuff. I just don't. Yeah, I remember trying to stay up late to watch Toonami. Trying and failing a lot of the time because I would have to sneak out of my bedroom to access the TV for a long time, and that was not possible with how squeaky the floors were. But yeah, Toonami, I think. I remember, like, fighting tooth and nail to stay up late to watch Bleach when it was on Toonami. Great choice, I know. Thank you for the head pats. Hello, Valachek. How goes the washings? We're almost done with this, We're getting there. What else is left? Windows. Bedroom windows. One of these. Oh shit. But yeah, whenever Bleach was new and fancy in the US, I was very into that at the time. And I would fight tooth and nail to stay up late to watch whenever the new episode of Bleach aired on Toonami. And I would always feel very unsatisfied because it was one episode a week. Now look at us. With our getting whole seasons of television on a single day sometimes. Have you been keeping up with the new Bleach stuff? No, I stopped... I think I stopped after the Eisenart, like, everything in the Soul Realm concluded. And I know a bunch of stuff has happened since then, and I haven't kept up with any of it. I think, like, Ichigo and Orihime are official now? Which childhood me was not fond of. No, I could care less. I don't really do Bleach ships anymore. What am I tracking? Entrance stairs. Entrance stairs. That's these. I see. You're not missing much. Didn't you read those books? Yes. You know what I'm talking about. Look at you go. I like how the stream has just been... Mallory's an asshole to her mom. The stream. Yes, I did read those. And I had like a sketchbook with the characters on the cover. All kinds of crap. That was one of the first manga I ever bought. Like with my own money. Like I went out of my way to buy Bleach. And I went out of my but the series I know I purchased for myself first. And like I'm not counting like the Pokemon manga from the late 90s or anything like that. I'm talking about like when Barnes & Noble had the dedicated manga shelf and I consciously went over like I want to read a manga series and then I picked one out. It was this series called Mare, which is not very good. I was rereading it a little bit recently and I was like, man, this is a pretty mid-series, but it was the first series I ever purchased a physical volume of manga for. And Bleach was the second, I think. Maybe third, I don't know. But yeah. It's as mid gets! I know! Gosh. It's just an abridged version of a shonen. It really is. It really is. Well, I never. If I was looking at that owls with Dodo, like I am now, and E said, "Can you believe that only today that house had been ransacked by an enormous child and then set upon a mix of assorted baked goods, rendering the inside like some kind of pointillist art exhibit?" I'd say, "Never! You're avin' me on. It's too clean, is that? I will hydrate, thank you." They just go straight to tourney and just skip all the training. And if you skip all the training, you gotta make it worth it, like the tournament in Yu Yu Hakusho. We didn't see a ton of we didn't see all the training there, but the tournament was baller, so it was fine. Then he'd shake his head like he is now, and we'd smile and laugh and tootle off, still shaking our heads and laughing and smiling just like we is now. Caterpillar mushroom! Hello, Tuttle! Nice to see you. I just finished the anime very recently, Dripping. It was very... I enjoyed it. I think the ending was rushed, but as an overall series, I very much enjoyed it. And I mean, I liked Hunter x Hunter, so it's not surprising that I liked it. Togashi writes a good story. Let me ask you a question. If something is a problem and that something gets removed, does the problem get bigger or smaller? It all depends what's underneath. My problem was a mushroom, although it only became a problem once it was picked by a wandering child, as underneath it was a nest of millipedes. And with millipedes, where there's one dirty foot, there's lots. Their fractious marching was a constant nuisance. Oh, I can say words. So I told them the world is bigger than this and blew bubbles to rehouse them yonder. Now my problem has become the realization that the world is indeed bigger than this. So I've rolled myself into this cocoon where I shall remain until both my logic and my home are flawless. Already taken quite some time. Oh, so he's the cocoon. Watching one episode of it was the episode where he was fighting the blue girl, and I was kind of like put off it. It starts a little slow. Like, I'd say like the first 5 or... Now it's huge! It's huge! It's huge! Nyeh! Nyeh! Feel the spray! Feel it! I can't reach. Damn. Evil mushroom, cute cat. Cat scared the hell out of me when I first saw it. Oh, this is a fun looking... This is a fun stage. Even if, like, the main thing that you, hose off is not necessarily too large. I don't know. They went all out for this environment design. Look at this. That's crazy. Whilst you work, I'd like to run my thoughts through a paradox that's been troubling me. Is that a vine shroom? Doesn't it look like a vine shroom? But just, like, kind of stretched out? With the eyes? It looks like a vine shroom. Perhaps it's been troubling you too. I'm not a robot, so no, not really. He looks like he would steal your credit card. It's a metaphor on my metamorphosis. Oh, my head hurts already. And you've only said 3 sentences. That's never a good sign. A metamorphosis. Shut up! So dumb. A metamorphosis. Can I walk in the water? No, I cannot. I cannot walk in the water. Simply put, who am I? 24601. No, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna start that. I'm sorry. I'm not about to put that on anybody right now. Oh, okay, it's not eyes. Whatever. It still looks like Vine Shroom. Come on, little mushroom guys. Hurry up so I can move on. There we go. This is quite the bridge. This does not look very safe. I don't know about you. This bridge does not look safe. Looks like it could collapse at any point. Looks like an OSHA violation. Another anime I remember liking as a kid was Bobo Bo. Bobo Bo is one of my favorites of all time. It's stupid and stupid and stupid, but it's stupid in every fantastic, amazing, beautiful way. Love Bobo Bo. Adore Bobo Bo. The best character is Jelly Jiggler. Don Patch slash Papa Rocks is cool too, but Jelly Jiggler is my favorite. He's always been my favorite. I remember how the last episode they aired was a cliffhanger and it stuck with me throughout my life. That's obnoxious, and I hate when that happens. It's like when we had the cliffhanger when the Lappy was lappy-napped by the other two computers. And then we had to wait like an entire month for the follow-ups B-mail, where he actually rescued the Lappy. It was torture. Oh my gosh. There we go, Lappy. Now the cliffhangers are for real solved. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Now that I think about it, the only thing Mare ever really did for me was help solidify the fact that I like guys with long blonde hair. Why was I drawn to it? Guy with long blonde hair on the cover. I was so easy to please as a youngin'. My goodness. Nowadays, I've just been reading Berserk, because I read like half a volume of Berserk like every other day right now. Ugh, I'm going through it. I'm fucking going through it because it's Berserk, but it's so good. I can't not read it. At first, I was very hesitant because I was like, I'm either going to hate this or I'm going to become that person where I don't want to do anything but read it. It was the latter. His hair was more spiky than long. No, it was Ginta. It was the main character. But he had the spiky hair with the ponytail. Also, Mama Sheep, I don't know what you're laughing at. Please don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you're laughing at me for. Yeah, I'm reading like half a volume every other day right now. I'm losing my mind. I'm going insane. I can't with this freaking series. It's so good. I'm so mad that I didn't read it until now. That's honestly the biggest tragedy, that I put it off until now. Honestly, I can't stop fucking thinking about it. It's so much. It. If I start having nightmares about it, then I'll be concerned. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. There's this cocoon. It's very colorful. It looks like clown vomit. Did you get to the end of... I think I'm through Conviction. I'm on the arc that's named, like, a Star Wars something or other. It's like a Star Wars reference. You were easy to please when you were young. I remember differently. Oh. I said don't tell me. I binged the whole series in a week because I couldn't stop reading. That's what I did with Dorohedoro. I read that whole series in a week and a half. I've been meaning to go back and reread it again because now that they've confirmed that there's going to be more of the anime coming out, and I love Dorohedoro. That is my favorite manga ever of all time. And if I have to give myself a second one, the other one is Goodnight Pun Pun, which is not even remotely similar. But they're both so good. I've read that shit in 3 days. It's so good! I love Dorohedoro. I have to catch up on Die Dark. I'm pretty far behind. I've only gotten through, like, the first 3 volumes, and now I know we're on, like, 8 or 9 or some crazy shit. But in my original state, I was simply a caterpillar. Of that, there could be no doubt. Alright. It was self-evident. I think, therefore, I am... Okay, calm down, Descartes. Descartes, however you pronounce his name. Yeah, I've got to catch up to Die Dark, too. I'm reading Berserk. I was reading that kindergarten bodyguard series that was fun. And then I forgot that I was reading it, and so I haven't read it in a couple weeks, so I should back up on that. I've been reading this summer Hikaru Died. Need to continue on that because it is the weirdest combo of horror and romance I've ever read, but I can't look away. It's so strange. It's such a weird series. I need her. Pun Pun? It's the only Inio Asano I've read, even though I know that, like, his stuff is, like, lauded, like, across the board. I felt like a switch went off in my brain, like I was a fundamentally different person after I finished that series. It was so difficult to get through, but it was also so worthwhile getting through it. It's one of those stories that is, like, will give you every emotion possible that you can feel. You will feel all of them. You can't just feel some of them, you're gonna feel all of them, and there's no getting out of it. It's been a while, and I should probably catch up on it. But I have the whole series, like, physically. Oh, it's so I can't put into words how that one makes me feel. It's a lot. It's definitely a coming of age story. Definitely a coming of age story. I'm great at describing shit, man. I'm totally awesome at it. Wonder what else has been on my to read. There was one horror series that I've gotten bookmarked. I don't remember what it's called though. Man. That's what I hear, and I'm kind of hesitant. It's so good. It's so good, but there's so much stuff that happens, and it's You know that one episode of SpongeBob where Squidward goes to the future and he gets in the fetal position and he goes, future. That's how I feel after reading that. Pun Pun was so much. That is like the exact emotion. Maybe not future, but just like the fetal position, just curling into yourself over and over again. Oh man. I get why Asano's like such a reputable dude. I went to an art exhibit on Katsushika Hokusai not too long ago and got like a Taschen book that was like a bunch of popular manga artists And he was in there, and I had no idea how much stuff he's written over the years. I had no clue he had that much stuff to his name. I was like, God, I've got to read more stuff. The thing that killed me about that Toshin book is that there were like some artists that were featured would have like maybe 2 pages. The guy who wrote Baki had like 8. And I was like, why is there so much artwork of Baki in here? Out of all of the series. All the series that you could highlight extensively. I'm curious as to why that one was chosen. Oh. I just think it's so wild how the guy who wrote Baki, his daughter is the person who wrote Beastars. That's wild to me. I think it's cool that it runs in the family, though. I also love how she always wears a chicken mask in public. I think that's hilarious. I love that for her. Yeah, I guess that talent runs in the family, but at least Beastars doesn't look like... Nothing looks like Baki. And I've only seen like a couple clips and bits here and there. But from everything I've seen, it looks like a something. It does look like something. It looks like a series. It looks like a show. Shut the fuck up, Mallory. Baki is fun. Didn't she? Yeah, she took a wedding photo with the chicken mask on. Like an absolute bamf. Women mangaka are always my favorite. Like Ryoko Kui, when they asked her if she would eat stuff in Dungeon Meshi, and she's like, no, I'm a picky eater. I love that shit. That's so great. I like Kengan a bit more fight-wise, but Baki is so its own thing. Bye, Mom! Now we can really shit-talk Mom. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, all I know about... The thing that I know the most about... Hang on, let me take care of this really quick. While I'm doing this, The biggest thing I know about Baki is that Obama is in it. Because I've seen the clip with Obama. Like, that was all I needed for my interest to be piqued. Obama's in it? What? Obama's in this anime? Trump is in it too? That's terrible. Oh, Jesus. I've never read Pop Team Epic. I should read Pop Team Epic. I've only ever watched it. I don't know why, because I've read the creator's Toho Dojin many times over the years, but I've just never read Pop Team Epic. I don't know why. Probably because I love the animation and how goofy the series is in the anime format. Probably. The episode with Kaya Kuroda and Hidenari Ugaki is still my favorite. I remember Trigun hitting pretty hard for me. Maybe one day I'll get into Trigun. I've watched the first episode of the regular series. I've watched the first episode of Stampede, which I don't think I cared for as much as the original. And it seems like a series I would enjoy, because I enjoyed Cowboy Bebop, and it gives me Cowboy Bebop vibes. I don't know. Just haven't taken the time. It's like that with a lot of series for me. It's like, no, I'd probably like that. I just haven't taken the time to watch or read it. I'd recommend reading it over watching all the media. I see, I see. I don't know what Gash Bell is. I know what Zatch Bell is. I never watched that, though. Oh, it's the same thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I never watched it. I've had someone commission me to draw a character from it before, though, so that was cool. To elaborate. I didn't even pay attention to what you were saying last time. But you can ponder your own existence if you want to. Would suggest the manga. Yeah, I think I've only ever seen the anime for that one as well. I think. I've probably read like a chapter or two in a stray issue of Shonen Jump I've picked up at some point. Cause I didn't have like a subscription to Shonen Jump or anything like that, but I do have like random individual issues I've picked up over the years. He's called Gash in the Japanese version. Bubsy coming in here with the knowledge. I didn't know that. Thank you for explaining that to me. The more you know. Just looking at it, I think it's just the art style, but it reminds me of a Shonen Jump series I read once called Muyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. It was like a supernatural detective series. But I genuinely think it's just the art style that makes me think of when I think of the other type of deal situation. I can say words. I'm so good at talking. Blah. What other anime did I watch when I was younger? Like, obviously Full Metal Alchemist, but that's a given. I didn't know you watched Zatch Bell, Bubsy. Right now. My cousin, the only series my cousins were ever into was Fruits Basket, and they talked to me about it. But when Fruits Basket was really popular, I hated romance of any type with a passion, so I never got into it. I say I hated romance with a passion, but now I have almost every volume of P to 10 again, so. I read that when I was probably the same age. Man. I wonder if the anime is out there somewhere for P to 10. I will say with Fruit Basket, the art is really kind of bad to start. Yeah, the art is not why you get in a Fruits Basket. You get in a Fruits Basket for the story. I know that. I just remember being like, ugh, romance. No, grody. Something like that. That kind of reaction. Why is this purple? Fungus deck? Could I be standing on this? I mean, I am wearing a hazmat suit, but like, still. Yeah, like 2000s like romancy type series, I skipped all of them. There are things maybe I'd go back. Like I've considered whenever I have the money, picking up like the original Clannad game. Trying that out. I like Clamp. I like some of their stuff. Never read Chobits though. God, I remember when Chobits was super popular and like everybody at the anime conventions would dress up as the girl with the blonde hair. Oh god, Chobits. Hello, Muzu, nice to see you. Yeah, everybody dressed up as the girl with the blonde hair from Chobits. And that and Clannad were like the two big Clamp series everybody liked. But I liked P to 10, which was small and obscure. And honestly, probably not nearly as good in the long run, but whatever. It had the cutest character design. And I still think Misha has one of the cutest character designs of all time. No, I'm not salty that I never got to cosplay her. No, I'm not salty at all. Chi, that's her name. What is that emote? What is the... Spirit eel. Oh, spooky. I have a bunch of new emotes coming up on the deck soon. I don't even remember how many, but there's gonna be like at least 4 new ones. I remember someone was trashing a Chobits on a bus from school and I wanted to get in a screaming match. Defending your childhood faves as a child. So valid. So relatable. I was like that with Pokemon. Pokemon sucks! No, it doesn't! Tiny Mallory losing her shit. Not really tiny. I've never been tiny. I was tiny when I was an infant. I've never been tiny. But still, the point remains. I will not tolerate Chobit slander. Well, good. Thankfully, I don't have an opinion on it because I've never seen it. So I don't want to slander it. I don't have enough context to make an informed opinion. Doesn't help that that series has not been popular in a very long time. Probably through no fault of its own, it's just old. I wonder how many young anime fans recognize the name Clamp these days? Well, like, of course there's always, like, vintage fans and stuff. I mean, look at Maru and her gang. With all their Magic Knight Rayearth and Tokimekis and such. It wouldn't surprise me if they released a new Chi figure. Like, that is one of those characters that, like, they could keep making figures of, and it would keep freaking selling. It's also a character you could probably put on knockoff websites really easily, and people would buy it, not even really recognizing it, but they just want to get, like, a generic anime figure gift for their friend. Could see that. Okay. I haven't kept up with figure releases that aren't Nendoroids for the last couple years anyway. I do have a couple Nendoroids on the way. Because they re-released the Reimu 2.0. Like, what, 6 months ago? So now I'll have both the Reimus, because I found one on eBay. Ah. Figures are silly. Everything is silly. Media consumption is silly, but it's fine. We're out here to lead silly lives. Make silly things. Have silly little fun with our silly little friends. Ah! I don't need the ladder, I can just climb this bitch! My generic anime figure gift I got was a Sailor Moon figure from my mom for last Christmas. I'm trying to remember. She's not here anymore. Mama Sheep does that with Pokemon stuff. Like she just searches Pokemon on Amazon. I've gotten a Pokemon blanket the last 3 Christmases in a row. And I don't think any of them are, like, officially licensed or anything. Like, the PNGs are on there, and it's like, you can tell it's kind of like a cheap shop job. But it's fine. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. It's not like they have to put a lot of thought. It's like, oh, Pokemon? No, she likes that. I wish I had some spending money right now, because I want to get a tattoo. But those are expensive, and I do not have money. So I am not going to get one. I'm going to be a responsible adult. While you've been working, I've deconstructed myself. Congrats, buddy. You're sitting in a cocoon. I hatched butterflies from caterpillardom in, like, 2nd grade. Tattoo of what? I don't know. I just want one. I think it would be really cool if, like, there was an entire, like, upper half of, like, your upper arm tattoo, but it was just all GLaDOS. Like, the actual GLaDOS, like, her body? I have a small one that I'm not at leisure to talk about. Because I don't like potential doxing. Tattoos can dox people. People are weird. I have a tiny one. I'd like to get another one that's larger and more nerdy. I don't have piercings, and I'm never gonna get piercings because they make my skin react badly. I'll be upfront with that. I feel like someone has a full black art of GLaDOS. There's one girl, Lisa Wallen, she's like a comedian, and she streams and stuff too. She has Majima's tattoo, I think like 1-to-1 on her back. She also has Reagan from Mob Psycho 100 tattooed on her hand. Which is honestly kind of the most hilarious thing ever. I have not fully gotten into Mob Psycho 100, but with my osmosis and assimilation of knowledge, that's a funny tattoo. Reagan is a character. One Punch Man, or not One Punch Man, excuse me. Mob Psycho 100 is one of the ones that, like, no, I'll get to it. One day, I will get to it. I don't know when, but it'll happen. Reagan is the character of all time. Right, yeah, you get it, you get it. There's a reason it was between him and Sans in the Tumblr Sexy Man competition, and yes, that is a phrase of words I just said out loud. Did Sans win or did... I think Reagan won. But a lot of people were like, fuck it, they should just call a truce and both win. That was the opinion I saw a lot from, like, my point of view. I don't think that wasn't the official judging, but that was what a lot of people wanted. Like, come on, they're very different. They would get drunk together. We all know it. They would get drunk together. And try to swindle each other at some point. In some goofy way. are we only at 70%? That's crazy. I feel like I've been on this stage for forever. They do share a vibe. Friggin' has a nice beer or something, and Sans is slurping a ketchup. What, like... Now I need to see Sans try and steal a bottle of ketchup away from Pikachu. And see how that goes. My one OTP! Pikachu and ketchup! Looking like a true anime watcher. Although I haven't watched the Pokemon anime in forever either. I hear some of the series are good, some of them are mid. The Circle of Life. Oh, speaking of Circle of Life, that is the stupidest segue I've had. I watched The Birdcage recently, finally, and it was really good. Except I thought that it got to the ending a little too quickly. I felt like that movie spent so much time, like, building up, like, the characters and their eventual meeting. But when the meeting happened, it was just kind of like... I don't know. Like, yeah, it was like a slapstick comedy, like, meet the in-law type of deal. But I felt like the build-up wasn't super duper worth it. And I would have just preferred to spend more time investing in Nathan Lane and Robin Williams' characters. The Birdcage is a movie that came out in the 90s. It's based on this French play called, I think, Cage of the Follies or some shit like that. It's in French. And it's about, a man who owns a drag bar in South Beach, Florida with his partner. And his partner is one of the performers there. His son tells him he's getting married. And the girl he's marrying is the daughter of, like, a conservative state senator. So they have to pretend to be, like a quote-unquote normal, conservative American values family when they inevitably have to meet for dinner. And the slapstick is, like, increased because the senator's, some guy he politically endorsed, I don't fucking remember, he died while in a room with a prostitute and, like, on cocaine and shit like that. So it was, like, a big scandal, and he needed, like, popular, positive news coverage. So, with all the lies that were being told, he was like, oh, well, we can have dinner with this respectable family. And that'll look good and win votes and shit like that. You know, politician nonsense. And then it's just slapstick. You know. But Nathan Lane is the best. Like, Robin Williams plays the straight man in it, and Robin Williams is good in everything, I think. But Nathan Lane was fantastic in that movie. That's why I said, speaking of the Circle of Life, because he's in The Lion King. And he's in the original Broadway cast of the Addams Family musical. He does a good Gomez Addams. Definitely sounds like a movie. It's a good movie. It's you know, kind of dated. But I mean, it came out in the mid-90s, so what do you expect? I know I was gone, but I wanted to ask. Yes? Why don't you just get Game Pass? I don't know. Because I've never been interested in getting Game Pass. And I'm just... It doesn't help that I'm kind of broke right now. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Like, allowing myself to spend $10 on the Steam Summer Sale was a bit much. And the only reason I caved was because I saw Celeste was $2, and I was like, alright, fine. I kind of like it, though. It's way cheaper. I'm not a big fan of the model, personally. I like owning the games and, like, being able to come back to them later, even if I decide I don't want the plan anymore. So that kind of stuff, personally, is not very appealing to me. Like, I get why it's appealing to people. I completely understand it. Look, I don't like how media's, like... I don't like this transition to streaming services and you have to pay for the subscription to own your content. I don't fuck with that. I'm not a fan of this model that's picking up steam. So, like, yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. But to each their own, you know? What you do with your life is fine. Because, like, it's your life, it's not mine. That rhymed. That was one of the dumbest things I've said tonight, I think. On top of this mushroom. What CEO said that people should get? I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about. That's some bullshit. I hate that mentality. Steam Summer Sale is fun because my birthday... That's nice! Oh, I wish my birthday happened during the Steam Summer Sale. Then I would get games. That is a good time to have a birthday. Steam Summer Sale. Subscriptions suck, I agree. TV is basically just becoming cable again. I mean... I hate it. I hate the way that the internet has been making some changes lately. Like that Drew Gooden AI video is a great just summarization of my feelings. He says it so well. He's a funny guy. Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Hope this helps you recover financially.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much for the donation! My text-to-speech works! Yes! That's the first time I've gotten it to work. Oh, thank you, 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 thank you. I appreciate it, thank you. Ah. Speaking of which, I got birthday cake! What kind of cake? What kind of cake? This is important. I haven't had cake in so long, bro. And they were talking about cake in the earlier stages, and I was kind of like, man, cake sounds good. And now Tuttle's here talking about cake. It's like a sign, bro. Oh, cake. I am standing up. Oh, there's the chair. His little psychiatrist chair. Oh, Mutz, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a... I love... Everything is so difficult all the time with technology. The sound of your work is so soothing. Is it? I am running around like that. I don't know if I would call that soothing, my guy, but whatever. You live your life. I think AI can be cool and a good tool, but just... Generative AI is the kind that's obnoxious and that I don't like. But yes, it's too big of a catch-all term to be used the way it's currently being used. Generative AI sucks. Other types of AI are totally fine. I don't like the trend that is currently going on with, like, every fucking app and service having their own, like, AI chatbot. Like, no. Don't like that. Ice cream cake. That's what we get Papa Sheep every year for his birthday. He's an ice cream cake fan. Yeah, Spotify's got one. Like, the website I used to take notes has one. Like, fucking Instagram has one now. It's like, why the fuck is what's the fucking point? It's, you know what? You say that you don't like how real it's getting. There's a great, I know I keep bringing up Tumblr, but it's a great Tumblr post pointing out that it was a lot scarier a couple iterations ago, especially in the visual category. The other like audio, I don't know. But someone showed like shit generated with like the second version of DALL-E compared to like modern versions. And everything nowadays has that very like airbrushed modern AI look. But back when it was like DALL-E 2, like you could pass it off for an impressionist painting and it looked like an impressionist painting, you know? Now everything looks kind of that same quality. That, or it's that really shitty anime AI style where the line art is just, you can just tell it's AI because none of the lines make any sense. Ew! Phone on your phone? Ew, that's gross. I hate that crap. Leave my phone alone, people. Tech companies. Yeah, the AI art style. Yeah, you can definitely tell right now. And also, it's just burning the planet up, so can we fucking stop? Every time I read one of those articles about, like, how one AI-generated image is, like, can charge an entire electric car, it makes my stomach just hurt, it makes me want to cry. It makes me scared for the future of the planet. Like, can we not do this shit, please? Can we be normal? Can we be normal? Can we not be hyper-capitalists? Please, God? Modes? Okay. I can definitely make it not show up in the VOD. I don't know about the Twitch VOD, but tell you what, I can get it like downloaded onto my computer and then I can just unpublish it on Twitch. That way people won't see it. And then when I get it uploaded onto my VOD channel, I can just cut that section out so it won't show up. AI art sucks. AI art sucks. I hate it. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. You're not gonna fool me. You're not gonna get me with that. Nuh-uh. AI art is stinky garbage. Crap. Crud. I also think it's dumb that there's multiple Patreon people that have people paying them to generate like a ton of... Yeah! That's stupid. Modes, you're trying to make me angry. I know you're doing this on purpose. I know you are. I know that that true evil is not in your heart. I know you're only doing this because the cursing timer is up and you've almost got me like twice already. But I know what you're trying to pull. Yeah. Don't you love having to do background checks on every new artist you find to see if they're... I hate that part. That part drives me nuts. Every once in a while you get people who are very upfront about it and you're like, oh my god, thank you. I can move on. Not have to double check everything. Thanks for being so upfront about the fact that you use an AI. I love when that happens. Just tell me. Put it in your bio. I remember reading, someone said something somewhere that they had a hard time understanding like the concept of the human soul, and then they saw like the rise of AI art and that helped them understand what a human soul was, because AI art is art created without the human soul input. I kind of vibe with that. I kind of like that interpretation. Because honestly, even things like... The only time where you don't have an artistic flair with your art is, honest, when I think of it, things like medical textbooks, like medical illustrators. I know someone who went to college wanting to do that, and I think she ended up being a tattoo artist. I thought the Zelda one would get you? Nah. Have you seen the Wand of Gamelon? The Wand of Gamelon's a masterpiece. One day, you gotta pick your battles. Like, Mama Sheep's gotten really good at it, and it drives me nuts. She's just waiting for me to play something that's not Yakuza on Sundays. I'm like, you're gonna keep waiting a while. I just need to know how... There are many ways you can make me angry. I just have a good time controlling it when I'm streaming because I'm in my, like, public persona mode. Like, it's like having to do a speech, but instead of 10 minutes, it's 3 hours. And instead of having a very structured outline and introduction and conclusion, it's just me rambling for 3 fucking hours. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, that's bad. I don't like giving you ideas. That's never good for me. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This mushroom cap is so large! We're almost there. We're at 94. Just gotta scream into a pillow after stream. I do that already sometimes. Honestly, Yakuza makes me do that a lot, but that's because Yakuza is Yakuza, and it's like this... It's the story content that's making me scream into the pillow, you know? Mama Sheep's so funny. Did the main... Did the main Yakuza guy finally have a baby? And I was like, no, that's his grandbaby. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, he's in like his late 40s or early 50s or something in this one. She goes, are you sure? Because he looks like he's, I don't know, 31. And I'm like, like, were you not there when I was screaming about how his face looks unnaturally young and like he gets Botox? That was like the whole first 10 minutes of that stream was me screaming that shit. I can't get over it. Time to go learn about... Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. See, in Toho, everything's canon. Not really, but like... Not like how in Homestuck everything's canon, but in Toho, everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. Everyone's having a good time. Everybody's getting drunk. A lot. Everybody's fighting. A lot. Getting drunk and fighting, yeah, that's probably the majority of what they're doing. If I lived in Gensokyo, I would also get drunk and fight a lot. It's just what you do there. I can only imagine that baby is Cherno! I know! I saw that! I saw that, and I was like, this is an omen that Kiryu baby thing is real. Because before I started the game on Sunday, all I'd seen was the box art. Right? All I'd seen was the box art. So I knew there was a baby, and Haruka's holding the baby in the box art, so I was like, oh my god, it's Kiryu's grandbaby, isn't it? And then that fucking GIF showed up somewhere. I don't remember what website it was on. And I lost it. And I was like, oh my god, no, this is happening. This is happening. He does have a freaking baby in this. Is this gonna be like a 2 men and a baby? Is it gonna be like a freaking, The Hangover? Like, what is about to happen? I mean, now we know, but this was before I started playing it. Oh, that was very funny. Turn poor Haruto into fucking Chirnofumo. Cause it's on cooldown! Alright, what else do we have? Table, stock segments. We are still missing one of the segments up here. Get that first. And then the rim of the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. Ah, fuck! Goodbye. Okay. Let's bring it over here. Go up to the tippity top. And not get stuck on the railings. And not get stuck on the railings. Come on. What did I just say? Gotta get those far away spots. When day is dark, always remember happy day. Reddit said I should say, did you know Toho was inspired by Undertale? Very funny. Very funny. Nothing will ever get me quite like that one clip of Toby Fox speaking in Japanese. And then he says project in like the most sterile American accent ever. It is just the funniest thing to me. I don't know why. It's not even a funny thing in general, but it just tickles my fancy so much. But yeah, I love Undertale, and Toby Fox being inspired by Toho Project's probably a big part of that. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. No, I can still do this without having to worry about the damn ladder. No, I can do this. This is fine. This will be fine. Everything will be fine. Can you imagine if this game had fall damage? That would fucking suck. I've yet to play Undertale, and I don't think I ever will because I've been spoiled on the whole game. You know what? That's kind of fair. I get that. I can't think of any games off the top of my head right now that fit into that category for me, but I know they exist. Maybe Thousand Year Door. I've had that entire game spoiled. I've had all of that spoiled. I've had all of Super Paper Mario spoiled, so maybe those. I don't know. But yeah, no, it makes sense. I love Undertale so much. They should give you a jetpack and let you power wash the entire forest. Did you just look up how to piss off Toho fans? Is that what you're looking at? Like a Reddit thread? I won't play Undertale because the gameplay looks maddening. I can't do genocide mode super great, but I've beaten normal and peaceful. Yeah, genocide mode's hard. I can't get past Undyne on genocide route. Undertale is a little bit trickier in terms of gameplay than Toho is. Toho, once you get like the very basic hang of it, everything is the same. But like Undertale just ups the ante every time, like as you progress through the game. So, I don't know. Which one? Ah. I'm looking for bait. I've beaten Minecraft on peaceful. Same! I've also beaten Minecraft on peaceful mode. Incredible. I mean, I could tell you all about the origin without having to look anything up. So this guy named Zune, right? He made these games as like demos for his music that he composed on a fucking, oh my god, what is the fucking PC called? PC 98. And he did that for a couple years. He worked at Taito for a little while. And then he started making the games for Windows. And eventually he stopped working at Taito and started doing Toho full-time. And he likes beer. And the games are always about some incident happening, and Reimu's the resident incident resolver, and she's gotta go fix someone's shit because someone fucked up again. And Modis is there too because she likes getting involved in people's business. But and then they go solve incidents, and then things are normal for a while, and then everybody's drunk and happy, and then another incident happens, and there's fighting, and then they're drunk and then it's just that ad infinitum. But the incidents are always different, and the people you meet are always different, and that's why there's so many goddamn characters. Something about a hacker guy? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, 2 bridge lanterns, 3 bridge posts, and a plinth. We're almost there. Actually, let's check the bridge stuff first. That lantern is good. That lantern is not. No, incidents mean, incidents. Like, something happens. Like, a red mist descends around Gensokyo of unknown origin. Spring just doesn't fucking show up. It's just eternal winter. It's eternal night. The moon isn't setting. There's an overabundance of spirits that are not getting to where they need to go. We gotta figure out what the fuck's up with that. Stuff like that. One time a celestial is bored and causes an earthquake, and then a bunch of random shit happens. One time some pets get out. I mean, there's all kinds of... One time, Chang'e's arch nemesis tries to destroy the moon. I mean, you know, kinds of shit. Are we still tracking posts? There are 3 bridges, aren't there? No, there's only 2. Which post is the one? Ah, I see. Yeah, there's a lot of dummies in Toho. There's a lot of smart people, but there's a lot of dummies. That lantern's good, that lantern's good. That one. And this. Oh, missed it. There we are. Yay! That took a lot longer than I thought it would for this stage. There was a lot going on. That mushroom is very big. not a speck of millipede footfall to be found. How wonderful. I stand emerged from my chrysalis atop the mushroom in a glorious sunny spot. My wings are sprouted. You should see them. They look finer than a haberdasher's curtains. And just in time, too. If I'm not mistaken, it appears to be exactly the moment to discover just how bigger the world really is. Alright. Well, I think that's probably going to be it for tonight. I need to go eat dinner. Tomorrow we're going to finish the Alice Adventures stuff, though. So, look forward to that. And then if it ends up being really short, we'll end up switching to, like, art or something. We'll do something else. I'll look forward to that. And then Friday, we're doing more New Vegas stuff, more than likely. And then Sunday is Yakuza 6! We're on 6, baby! 6! God dang it! Anyway, let's see. Zenless Zone Zero just came out, didn't it? I don't know if I'm gonna pick that up or not. I haven't decided yet. Let's see. Let's raid Reku, who's playing with a bunch of people I know, playing Deep Rock Galactic. A game I don't know, but I know the people. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to my stream. I always appreciate it whenever anybody drops by, whether it's just to say hi, lurk, hang out, or do any of those things. I hope you have an excellent evening, night, morning, day. I can remember my stream outro because I say it all the time. I hope you have a good one, and I will probably be better at this outro next time. Bye-bye. God, what is happening? What is up with today?